Happy Wednesday. We've made it to the midpoint of the week. That's exciting. I was sitting out watching the birds this morning after meditating, which is something I do quite frequently. Here recently, there are a ton of new birds, specifically like little babies, and I was watching them as some of them would take off and they'd fly out a little ways and then they'd jump back on to one of the branches, and then some of them would do it a few times, and then after they jumped off, flew a little ways, come back, they would fly off. And as I was watching that, it kind of started making me reminisce about the process that I have been going through the past year with my healing and transformation. And when you first begin the healing process, it is a little scary, and because you're dealing with wounds and things in your past that you would much rather not look at. But as you look at each one of them and you're able to process it and forgive others or forgive yourself, it gets easier and easier through the process. And to be honest, there was a period through the process of my self-healing journey that I stayed inside a lot because I was kind of scared to leave the house, because I was so scared of losing the things I had gained. And also part of processing and releasing and letting go, it's a part of you that dies, and there's a little bit of grieving along the way of the journey, because you have to grieve the old you before you can welcome the new you. And where I'm going with this is that just like those tiny little birds, you know, when they first come out of the nest, they can't really fly yet because they have to, you know, flap their wings and build up their strength, and then they start to take little leaps off of the branch and fly a little bit, but then they come back, or they just take little leaps back and forth through the branches until they have enough courage to fly out a little bit and come back. But eventually, as they keep flapping and jumping off and flying out and coming back, eventually they grow strong enough to where they're able to just spread their wings and fly. And that is much like the process of once you shed those parts of you, you have to take little bitty steps until you're able to really embrace the newness and explore the world in a total new lens. And it's scary, but it's also exciting because it's like seeing everything through the eyes of that baby bird. You see things in a new way, in a new light, and it's like learning to see life all over again, but in a better way. So I just wanted to share that, and I hope that if you are struggling, going through any type of healing process, just know it's normal. You just have to keep taking those little bitty steps, and as you go along, the steps will get bigger and better until you're actually able to get out there and live in a much greater and exciting way. I know I am really excited because I have lots of exciting things that are going to be happening over the next couple of months, and I will probably announce some of it in about a month because I'm not quite ready yet, but it's part of me taking that leap and spreading my own wings into my brand new life. So I just want to give you a little bit of encouragement because it's scary, but it's also exciting and fun. I'm going to read a couple of scriptures now. And the first one is 2 Corinthians 1:7. And our hope for you is firm, because we know that just as you share in our sufferings, so also you share in our comfort. See, there's a little suffering, but after you get through the suffering, you find the comfort within. And then Ephesians 4:22 through 24. You were taught with regard to your former way of life to put off old self, which is being corrupted by its deceitful desires, to be made new in the attitude of your minds, and to put on the new self, created to be like God in true righteousness and holiness. So just know there's newness at the end of the road, and there is a love that goes beyond understanding and measure once you reach that place. I'm going to leave it right there now, but I just want you to know I hope you have